Sports as an organization started 2019 December, around mid-December. We started because we felt that there's a vacuum, there's a space that needs to be filled in the Nigerian space, maybe Africa, because even as we went on into the years, we found out that the problem is focus on Africa as a continent, as against just Nigeria, a country, right? So we know that there's a gap, and we're not saying that it means that they're the only ones filling that gap, or they're the only ones that can't fill the gap. No, so many other people can and are doing that. But we realized that there's a gap in development, there's a gap in the process of sports development from the beginning. So we gathered together, some of us got here and all the rest of my colleagues sitting next to me, with the idea of just putting things right as it should be to help develop students. So we started by putting them together to meet up in a place we call a development center, and then we started developing them. Also, development of coaches. You can't develop a student or a child in sport if there are no good coaches. We started with the development center, and we started bringing students together in football. Football, obviously, the most popular sport in Nigeria. And soon after that, we added other sports. Today, between 2019 and 2024, 5 years, we've gone from just football development to four other sports. So today there's athletics, there's basketball, there's football, there's swimming, and there's tennis. So we have that number of sports. We now develop at 3 major levels: the grassroots, the academy, and the professional. Sometime in February this year, we started the City Sports Football Club in the Nigerian League to play in the Division 3 of the Nigerian League. That's the NLO 1. So that for us, that means that we offer all levels of development for those who want to play football, even up until signing pro contract for clubs and other things like that. Basketball is the closest one that is next. We do grassroots, we do academy, where the next thing for us in basketball is to have a basketball professional club as well. Swimming, athletics, and tennis are coming as some of the things we're going to discuss as things we want to do. So we spent the last 5 years focusing on the right way to develop. We develop their sports skills, we develop their leadership skills, and we also look to develop their academic skills. Those are the 3 complete development pillars that every child should have if you want to do it in sports. So what City Sports is doing is to add our own quota to the system to make sure that we provide a platform where people will succeed and live their full potential. We have so far 3 success stories. We hope there will be more, and we look for them to be more. We have Lefeye Osaze, who joined us at the age of 6 or so. Now he's 14. He's playing for Arsenal U15 in the UK right now. We have Duke as well, who is also playing for All City under 12 Academy right now. Then we have Myro, who she's playing for the Falconets that are going to play in the World Cup in October. Then she helped them to qualify, and now she's going to Costa Rica. The last one is Albert. Albert is a swimmer. He swam for Lagos State in the last youth games. I think he won 3 medals, 3 gold medals, and all of that. These are all products of City Sports.
What we see as City Sports is that every African child, anywhere in the world, and everyone who is a child in Africa is engaged, has passed through us one way or the other. We have developed a lot of programs now. We have 9 solid programs that ensure that we address to every single need that these children will have. And when I say children, I'm talking people from 0 to like 25 years old, from professional sport down to grassroots sport. I don't know anything about sports, but I just want to be in there. And everything that then can happen in between. And there's so much that can happen in between. Statistically, it says that how many million, 700 million youths in Africa across the world that exist. If we have a target of 10 million in 10 years, how long will it take us? Or if we have a target of 1 million in 1 year, how long will it take us to reach 700 million? That's a long time. So there's really no time to waste. And first, we're happy that the vision will outlive us, because I'm not going to live 700 years, right? So we're happy at that. So it tells us, give us a sense that maybe it's the correct vision after all. But there is that energy and that passion just to ensure that every child who is in Africa, or who is in Africa, or who is an African child anywhere in the world, will definitely benefit from us.
And impact like the Bank of Industry, Ericsson Energies, Lufthansa, who have supported us so well providing financial support and resources to make sure that these kids are having the required training and talk about putting the right equipment in place and also being of high quality in terms of developing their skill sets and their talent. And so it's been super amazing. And just to mention the fact that the sponsor, the airline company has sponsored us with over 550 flights.
Oh, the last 5 years have been very, very exciting and also very challenging. Having such a vision of developing every African child and in Africa and every African child anywhere else in the world is not a is not a small vision. So it has been very challenging, very rewarding, and it's been one of the greatest experiences of my life. The next 10 years is going to be more. As much as sometimes we cry, oh, the work is too much. The next 10 years will bring more of that. We're looking at city sports in in different countries in the world. We're looking at city sports in Dubai, city sports in the US, city sports in Kenya, city sports in an Asian country, city sports everywhere, so that we're able to achieve our vision. We're able to reach everybody, every child, every youth, because all our programs are centered around people from the ages of zero because of swimming. You can start swimming at 3 months old, 0 to 25 years old.
So over the years, this program has actually created an avenue and an opportunity for our students to develop on an international stage, giving them the resources to see themselves play with the teams they normally see on TV, and being able to network, cultural exchange opportunities, scouting opportunities can happen, because when programs like this are put together, especially the one happening in Salou, you find out that you're playing against teams like Barcelona FC, Real Madrid, Leicester City, Man City. Scouts are going to be there, and it gives all these students the opportunity to be there, and it also develops their adaptability skills. So you're training in Nigeria, you have to be able to train somewhere else. You have to be able to play somewhere else. The Scholarship Showcase is also a program that just in June, we had a partnership with Gulf United, and we were able to give out 30 scholarships, that's college scholarships, study and play, for UK schools and 30 for US schools. Currently, all the students are still processing their admissions and their relocation to these schools to get started. You have to be able to develop yourself in academics and also develop yourself in sports. So when we are offering scholarship to a school in the UK, we are offering scholarship to a school where you can be developing your sport and also your academics. We've taken about more than 300 students to such programs. My colleague Destiny said we've flown 550 flights with Lufthansa alone. That's just Lufthansa. We've also flown with Air France, and when we went to Portugal, we flew with another airline. So these things are some of the things that we've done over the years in terms of client service, offering programs and opportunities to develop these students both academically, in sports, and in leadership.
There are programs under our community department that we are meeting with 1,000 youth every weekend. Every Sunday, we are talking to 1,000 youth, engaging them, leadership, they're playing, and all that, and then scouting and identifying talent to put them into the mainstream. But the main objective is to engage them and give them a purpose, a sense of purpose. And it's not a lot of them that play football at the end of the day, but then the vocational training, the schools, the scholarship that you put them into school and all that.
Our community strategy started when we were organizing football tournaments. It started with football tournament for a group of boys and girls, mostly boys, from the ages of 7 to maybe 22, somewhere in Sulere. And there was an activity we called the League of Champions that we would sit with them every Sunday morning, once a week, to first talk to them. So you'd have a minimum of 900 people come for that event every Sunday. After that talk, we then engage them in football tournament. So we did that every Sunday. And that for us is 1,000 people every Sunday. At the end of the year, that's 52,000 people. Yes, you might find cases where some of them come again and again and again. But the most important part of the engagement is that we do not only engage them in football, there's a leadership talk, There's a lot to talk in terms of personal development and motivation and things like that. From there, we've had boys travel abroad to go and play professional football. From there, we've had coaches hired into City Sports. So people that cannot play football, cannot play at that level, they come in to work for us as coaches. So we've had a lot of things happen with those children, and that's the whole essence. We want to do that. We want to replicate that in many more centers. We've done it now once for football, swimming, basketball, all at the same time, right? But we want to continue to do it with those three sports continuously, not just in one center in Sulere in this case, but in many more centers across Lagos, Abuja, Kano, and everywhere else around Africa.
Right now, we're looking at the next 10 years. What does 10 years mean to City Sport people and you guys? 10 years means 10 million. We want to break that down. Obviously, 10 years, 10 million youth, it means every year, 1 million youth. We've done 5 years. Altogether, we've done about 250,000. America mentioned 50,000 for community. That's 50,000 a year. And I tell you how that is. So we understand how it has worked. We know that there's a lot more work because we get expectations, we get requests. We do a program and we get requests from literally every other country in Africa asking that, why are you guys not in Ghana? Why are you guys not in Cameroon? Why are you guys not in Zimbabwe? All of those things. We understand that the need for our product goes beyond Nigeria, and we can only do that one step at a time, right? Because it requires a lot to do that. City Sports has also decided, and I agree, that our slogan is City Sports for All. Sports for all. Sport is not just for the elite. Sport is for everybody who wants to play and who can play.
If we are able to reach 10 million people in 10 years across different sports in all the centers across different places in the world, we'll be able to have gotten maybe half, achieved half of what our vision is. And we're really looking forward to it. It's a lot of work, but we believe that we have the right people and and we're hoping for the right resources, because to do this, you have to be able to create an avenue for people who do not have the resources to pay for this thing. So the community program, that's where it comes in, looking for resources, development partners that would partner with us and help us develop the next generation of leaders and the next generation of sports stars, academic stars, and so many other things. So yes, that is what we're looking for in 10 years.
Now we're announcing City Sports Africa. That transition is for a reason. The main reason now is that our vision is clear. We want to impact the lives of every child in Africa and every African child anywhere in the world. Right? Every child in Africa and every African child anywhere in the world. And when we say child, we say from ages 0 to 25, or youths if you like, right? How will expanding to other parts of the world impact our global sports program? Because that's our vision. We could have a center in Dubai, for example, or one in the US, for example. African children are in those places that reside and live there, right? The objective, of course, we won't turn down any non-African child from any of those places. But I'm saying that our focus is to gather those people together from those places, and then with our global sport program will then be centers moving together and having something like the City Sports World Cup, something like that in any of those centers, right? And creating opportunities. If we model what we have in City Sports in Nigeria or Africa, and we model it in the US or Asia or anything like that, it means that we'll have professional clubs as well, right? And that's a pathway already for someone to leave Nigeria and go and play in City Sports Dallas or City Sports FC, Abu Dhabi, something. So that's how the dream can be put together. But we're just here to start building those blocks, and it's still a very long journey. And I know you know that.